everybody, and welcome to another episode of Powerful Stuff. I'm joining you, or you're joining me, hot off the Mercury retrograde eclipse energy, the eclipse being a time of releasing that which does not serve us, clearing out space to make space for the new seeds we're ready to plant. And my view of astrology is whether or not, we choose to subscribe to it, there are always great little intentional moments we can have with ourselves of, what isn't serving me right now? What does feel out of alignment? What have I been holding too tightly to that maybe if I was truly super honest with myself, it's time to let it go, as they say in Frozen, let it go, let it go. It's been a while since I watched that movie, but that is not what we're talking about today, actually. Today, I wanted to share with you guys a brief yet powerful, as always, thing that I had really thought about and embodied this week, and that is trusting in the great outcome of something, even when you're in the midst of uncertainty. So I have this book called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, and it's the woman who wrote The Secret, and it's a 28-day gratitude practice. And it's really powerful. I do it once every 6 months, I would say, because it's all about when we're focusing on what we want more of, what we're grateful for, we end up getting more of that. And it's something that you've heard me talk about a lot. And sometimes when we have, uncertainty, or someone will send us a text message like, I need to talk, and your mind goes to the worst place. Oh my gosh, like, what are they going to bring up or something? Or you have two things that are like, in conflict with each other, or conflicting dates, or you don't know how you're going to pull something off. And immediately you might feel your cortisol spike or go into fight or flight mode, or your mind might go down a million different rabbit holes of the worst case scenario that could happen. And that's, totally normal, but I'm going to give you guys a more empowered way to deal with it when it happens. So there's one practice in Rhonda Byrne's book, The Magic, where it's all about thanking the universe for the magnificent outcome before it's arisen. So I found myself in a situation this week where something happened, and initially my mind went to the worst case scenario and kind of like fearing damage control, It wasn't anything catastrophic, but, just like, oh no, like, I wish this thing wasn't happening, kind of vibes. And I remembered the practice in the book of thanking the universe, even though I couldn't see the solution yet, thanking the universe for the magnificent outcome of this thing before it has arisen. So instead of I don't want to say my usual, but the default maybe of going to like that worst case scenario, I was like, whew, okay, first I'm going to feel it. I'm going to feel the emotions, the anxieties around it. Because as I always say in Powerful Stuff, feel it to heal it. So I'm going to let myself feel it. And then I'm going to write out what I accept about it. What is everything that I accept about the current situation that is already present, that is already here. And after I felt it, after I wrote the acceptance, then I tapped in from that feeling of spaciousness. Then I tapped into, okay, what are some magnificent outcomes that I might not have even been able to anticipate? And I just gave so much thanks amidst uncertainty, right? Because trust only exists in times of uncertainty, y'all. I gave thanks for the magnificent outcome for this thing. So I just tapped in, and I was like, on the other side of this, if I could look back in 6 months and be like, wow, everything actually unfolded perfectly. And though it was uncomfortable or disruptive, or it might have shaken the foundation a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and give thanks and trust that the universe is clearing this thing out or bringing it to my attention so I can see it fully, so I can respond with curiosity, with assuming the best intention, and then so I can recommit to that energy of gratitude. And gratitude is so powerful, not just for the things that have already happened, which is amazing, and but it is wonderful to give thanks for the things that have already happened, because again, we're saying yes, more of that, but to do the things in times of uncertainty. Thank you for the magnificent outcome to this that I can't even see. Thank you for how it's building resilience in me. Thank you for how it's allowing me to powerfully and courageously communicate the things that maybe I didn't know I needed to communicate. And in that, of course, when I recommitted to that gratitude, that thanks for the magnificent outcome, 2 days later, it all ended up working out even better than I could have imagined. And I just smiled at myself like, wow, all of that time that I in the past might have spent anxious or worrying or wondering, I was able to give thanks for the magnificent outcome and then redirect my energy to doing the things that made me feel inspired and empowered. And this was a game changer. So I wanted to share it with you guys. And so it's going to be a relatively short, powerful stuff today. But, you know, whatever you're having in your life that feels uncertain, or an uncertain situation that arises, it's so powerful to be able to, like I said, first fully feel it, then what do you accept about it, and then giving thanks for how it's going to play out perfectly and releasing it, right? Trusting and releasing, kind of like manifestation, setting your intention, holding the vibration, dropping expectation, hold the vibration, drop expectation of how it's going to play out. And when you do that, and then you get to recommit to doing all the things that make you you and bring out your best energy, then you become a magnet for these positive solutions. And assuming, like if we're going to assume anything, we might as well assume the best. And so these moments of uncertainty, while they are uncomfortable, they are a powerful catalyst and tool to practice our faith in ourselves, practice our trust in ourselves, practice trust even amidst the uncertainty. And an important thing to note in this too is to be clear in your communication during this time. Clear on how you want to feel on the other side of it, right? How do you want to feel when everything's worked out even better than you could imagine, even if it was in a different way or took a different route to get there? And also being clear in your communication to other people. So rather than keeping them in the dark, it's okay to say like, I trust like that, or, you know, first acknowledging them. Like I hear that this is what you're going through. I'm, you know, really proud of you for doing this, or just acknowledging them, making them feel seen, and then letting them know where you're at. Like, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm working through to get here. And I trust that we can find a solution. But that way they don't feel in the dark as you're trying to like finagle things behind the scene to get it to go the way that you want it to go. And they also feel empowered to make a choice, and that they know that you care. They know that you give a damn, and that you're showing up for hopefully the highest outcome for yourself, highest outcome for them, and highest outcome for all involved, which is like, well, I read this game theory book once called Game Theory. Wow. And talks about the Nash equilibrium, which is like trusting that trusting in the highest solution for all. And when we work toward the highest solution for all involved, we're actually able to get the best solution, versus when we act completely out of our own self-interest. So if you kind of go into it with thank you for the magnificent outcome, and thank you for the magnificent outcome for all involved, not just you like serving your own self-interest, but trusting that it's the best for you, the best for all involved, that is where the true magic happens. So with that, we're just going to dive right in, guys. We're going to dive right into that meditation with that in mind, and get into our gratitude for what's yet to unfold in these times of uncertainty. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat, closing your eyes, as always, taking a deep breath in through your nose, holding at the top, squeezing at the top, feeling your intuition, that bright light between your eyebrows ignite, and exhale, sending that light throughout your body, out your toes, into the floor. Second breath in, breathing in, squeezing at the top, this time bringing your attention all the way to the top of your crown, the top of your head, imagining it's synchronizing, getting in harmony with the energy of everything around you, and exhaling that out. And then third and deepest breath in, expanding your lungs, opening up, feeling the connection this time into your heart space, for your connection to yourself, your connection to others, and then exhaling that out into the earth. And as you feel tapped in from your crown to your third eye to your heart and down your roots, bringing to mind this uncertain situation in your life. And just allowing those initial feelings to bubble up. Maybe it's a feeling of anxiety or distrust or anger even, just allowing them to be okay. Breathing with those emotions, letting your internal self know you are safe to feel those emotions. And just taking a few deep breaths to breathe with them. Creating more spaciousness around them. Creating more flow and harmony around them, letting go of any resistance to them. And as you start to breathe with these feelings, notice them start to soften, start to settle down like rocky waters being smoothed into a beautiful, still lake. So you can see clearly. And as these emotions settle down, just internally listing off as if you're putting these beautiful, magical words into the lake, everything that you accept about the situation, just as it is, without grasping for any outcome. Just breathing acceptance into it. Breathing acceptance into the water, infusing it with so much permission. And from that spaciousness of acceptance, tapping into your higher self, your innermost all-knowing self, starting to sit up a little taller, embodying your higher self. And then from this place in your heart space, just giving so much gratitude to the situation, that it's arisen to awaken, to strengthen your self-trust. Your trust that everything is happening for you. Thanking the situation for strengthening this muscle in you. Sending it so much love and everyone involved in the situation. Sending thanks to the situation for unearthing anything that might have been out of alignment that you thought you wanted, but maybe isn't serving you in your highest. Thanking the situation for unearthing integrity to communicate purely to yourself and to others. And then thanking the situation for the magnificent outcome. With this self-trust, with this clarity, with this communication. Thanking it for it leading to something even better than you could imagine. And as you thank it, you look down to this still water, this still lake, and you see the reflection of your highest self, knowing that everything's worked out for you. How does that energy feel on the other side of the situation working out perfectly? Breathing in so much gratitude. And then asking your highest self in this reflection in this lake, what is the situation allowing you to step into? How is it allowing you to step into your integrity, your honesty to self and others? What is this situation teaching you? Trusting whatever comes up. And then asking your highest self for what is the perfect next thing that you can do, the next step, the next way of being that you can activate in yourself right now as the situation unfolds with complete surrender. And maybe it's just something to help recalibrate your energy that seemingly doesn't have anything to do with this situation. Maybe it's just an energetic alignment. that allows you to release it and return to trust. Trusting whatever downloads you're getting. Thanking those downloads. And then with this, as you see this clear lake, this clear reflection, just giving yourself so much gratitude for being right here, right now, doing this meditation to tap back in to your internal knowing that everything is happening for you. It's all working out. Returning to that peaceful knowing, that deep gratitude, thanking the universe for this magnificent outcome, and seeing the situation in your mind's eye like a pebble, as if you're throwing it into the lake and seeing it create a little ripple, and then seeing it fall to the bottom of the lake, landing peacefully as the lake returns to this stillness. Feeling completely unattached, full of gratitude. Putting both hands on your heart to feel into this gratitude, sending it down to your root, swirling it up to your hips, up through your navel, up through your heart, expanding this gratitude through your throat, up your third eye, and out the crown of your head. And in this pulsation of gratitude, in this aura of gratitude, sending gratitude to someone in your life who's been a rock for you amidst all of these uncertain situations, and just sending them so much love and gratitude. We amplify gratitude when we also send it out directly to others who have helped us along our way. So imagine that other person receiving it, it lifting, it lightening them, it opening their heart, seeing a smile come to their face, seeing that amplify the energy sent back to you. And then taking one more breath in. And exhale, release and relax. Another breath in. And exhale to open your eyes, coming back into this space. And as you open your eyes, just noting down what came up, what is the situation teaching you? How is it inviting you to step even more into your highest self? And what is the perfect next step you can take now that you've given thanks, you've released it? What is the perfect next step you can take to show up as your highest self right now? And thanking the situation for the magnificent outcome. Maybe even a few ideas flash before your head of how it could be so unexpected, this magnificent outcome. What are ways in which it could surprise you? Maybe just noting those. They might not be the exact way it unfolds, but just allowing your brain to start to recognize and open its aperture of potential possibilities of new outcomes that could arise from this thing. And when we release expectation of how it unfolds and we hold the vibration of our highest self, that is where the magic happens, people. And so whatever situation arises this week with others, just remember, let yourself feel it, let yourself accept it, and then give thanks. Give thanks for an outcome that you couldn't have even anticipated. And then release the situation while showing up as your highest self, communicating clearly for yourself, clearly to others. And if you communicate to others, just a reminder, starting with that acknowledgement of them, letting them feel seen, letting them know exactly where you are. As Brene Brown said, clear is kind, even if we don't know. Saying that we don't know is clear communication. And ending with what your ask is, what your ask is for yourself, and if you have an ask for the other people involved. Okay, guys, I hope you all have magnificent outcomes this week. I hope the eclipse clears out what doesn't serve for you, so you feel spacious, you feel aligned, you feel peaceful and relaxed in your confidence. I hope you have an amazing week. This was maybe one of the shortest, if not the shortest, powerful stuff ever. but I just felt called to share this little tidbit with you guys. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me know how you like it. Let me know what comes up for you. And I will see you next week for more powerful stuff. Thank you for listening to the Powerful Stuff podcast. We're your hosts, Meredith Baker
and Eileen Leguiu. We hope that you learned some powerful stuff that you can take away and implement into your own life.
And if you do, we would love it if you rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast, Powerful Stuff. And if something deeply resonates with you and you share it on social media, tag us. We would love to hear from you. And we will also see you next week for some more powerful stuff.